Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Victor Gwynn, and I'll be giving you your play-by-play Giants versus Redskins broadcast here today on GFIT Nation. If you're a Giants fan out there, I'm glad you're tuning in. If you're not a Giants fan, I'm glad you're tuning in. But today's going to be pretty exciting. So, on tap today is a lot of different things that we can also, get done. What's going on, Dre? A Snickers bar. Oh, I am not myself. Want to get a Snickers in me. Here we go. Oh, my goodness. Oh, yeah. Definitely got to peel out of this. Snickers is delicious. Let's get it on today, baby. Oh, yeah. G-Men versus the Redskins. Now, all my G fans out there, welcome to the first inaugural GFIT Nation broadcast. Broadcasting here from Central Texas, where the weather is always in between and never on point. Today, we got the New York Giants versus the Washington Deadskins. All right, I have nothing against the Redskins. They just, they're beneath my Giants. Anyway, you know this is going to be an exciting game today. So, if you're broadcasting out, if you're out there right now and you hear me, you're a Giants fan, jump on here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over some pregame stuff. I'm going to go over some inactives from the Giants. Maybe some inactives from the Redskins. I don't think so. Matchups. Anything that involves the Giants. I want you to tune in. Give me your feedback. I'll answer as many questions as I can from you. And we're just going to have a good-ass time today, okay? All right, let's look at this. Today, pregame injury notes. Inactives for the Giants right now. Right now we have inactives for the Giants. Running back Rashad Jennings. He's going to be replaced by Shane Vereen. I like that move. Orleans Darkwa. I know a lot of people are saying, hey, maybe Orleans Darkwa, but not. But I like Shane Vereen. He's very versatile. Quarterback Josh Johnson's out. Wide receiver Roger Lewis is out. Defensive tackle Montorie Hughes is out. Offensive tackle Marshall Newhouse is out. I'm not saying the injury. I don't want nobody to get injured, but Marshall Turnstile Newhouse is out. But, unfortunately, Bobby Nohart is in. Do I like the move? I just don't think the Giants got any other opportunity or any other chance to move. They should have actually picked up one in the offseason. Safety Darian Thompson's out. This is something to me that's important because Darian Thompson was a guy, very good player. He developed very quickly. I like him. Nate Burrow, who's actually coming in at free safety, I like him too. I just think he gets lost in a little bit of the wash in the back. But he's a thumper. Dude is a thumper, and I like the way he comes in. Defensive tackle Robert Thomas is out. So with all those people out today, what about the matchups today? The matchups between ODB Jr. and Josh Norman. That is the biggest thing. That is the biggest one right there, right? So I'm gonna start taking your questions or anything you got to say on Facebook Live today. Just give you my observation on this particular matchup. Wide receiver ODB Jr. versus Josh Norman. Intangibles. Let's just face it. ODB is a freak, am I right? The guy has 10.5-inch hands. He has speed to match. He runs his routes well. He has a catch radius. Like I said, that's just out of this world. Speed, route runner. He knows the offense. He's been with Eli Manning for a while right now, so he knows the offense. His strengths. I think it's his ability to catch the ball in different ways. You see him on the sidelines. He's always training. He's always trying to put himself in different situations to catch the ball. Love that. His weaknesses. I would have said Josh Norman back then because of the mind games he plays. But I think the fact that, Josh Norman is out of ODB's head right now. What does he do uniquely? What does Odell Beckham Jr. do uniquely to me? I think he's just a freak of nature. I think he's just a freak of nature. I look at him and I just say, what can't this guy do? So his weakness to me right now would be his mindset. I'd say his mindset. His mindset needs to be more on the game and not let those DBs, kind of strip him out of his mindset. Who wins this matchup? To me, I think it's going to be, and don't take this wrong, Giants fans, I think it's going to be a stalemate today because the fact that, Odell Beckham Jr. is just so hyped. They're both these players are hyped. And unless Odell Beckham Jr. is in the slot, which I think McAdoo might put him in the slot to get him open a little bit because Josh Norman is not going to follow him in the slot. He's going to stay on left or right side. Looking at Josh Norman's intangibles, I think the guy is just a mental assassin. A mental assassin. He's able to get in people's heads and actually, make them take them out of their game. I look at him, I'm like, he's just taking them right out of his game. It's terrible. His strengths, I think his mental capacity, his will, his drive. His weaknesses, I don't think he's that fast. I don't think he's that quick. But what he lacks in speed, he has in strength. So, and again, who wins that matchup today? I think it's definitely going to be probably a stalemate. Also, other thing I'm interested in is the right tackle position right now. Bobby Hart is going to be playing against possibly Ryan Kerrigan. They're going to put Ryan Kerrigan up that side to actually probably scare the young guy. But I think that if the Giants actually do win this matchup, it's going to be with help from the running backs. The running backs need to definitely chip and actually put a little bit more help towards that side. Whatever defender's over there, but definitely if Ryan Kerrigan's over there. So we got a couple of questions out there. Let me see. What is his catch radius? Well, he got a 10.5-inch hand. So just think about if your hands are 10.5 inches and you catch like this. And that comes from Cara Tide. Yeah, Cara. His radius is about like that. So if you think about a ball coming at you and someone actually catching it, boom, 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 he's able to do that. He's very, very, very good at that. We have another question out there. Andrea, what is Victor Cruz going to contribute today? Well, hopefully Victor Cruz could be that person that should have a ton of catches today because a lot of the focus is going to be on Odell Beckham Jr. and Sterling Shepard. This could be the game where they put maybe a Breland on Victor Cruz or some other DB. Victor Cruz has to come through. He has to make those catches because you can't put everyone on Odell Beckham Jr. Okay? Are we going to see the salsa? You know what? I hope we're going to see the salsa. I hope the salsa's out there because if they know what that means that we're winning the game. We're winning the game. Now let me get back to this, Darian Thompson, Nate Burrow deal here. Darian Thompson was a Bronco in college. Loved the kid. He grasped defense so quick. And Nate Burrow, who, he's a thumper, but he doesn't know how to actually manage the back end of that defense. And I think Darian Thompson came through this year. He actually managed that defense. And as a young guy, that is important as a young guy to actually come in and do this stuff. If a young guy can come in and be a leader on your defense, I mean, that's tremendous. The Giants spent $200 million on this defense. And Giants fans, I'm going to keep it 100 each time. I'm not going to sugarcoat it at all. At first, I did not like the fact that we spent that much money on defense. Janoris Jenkins, Snacks, Olivier Vernon. That's a lot of money to spend. We could have actually bought a tackle with that. However, through the first 2 games of this season, I'm looking at the Giants defense and I'm saying, is this 2007, 2011, Strahan, 2007, that defense, OC, not up front, but I think in a collectively, the Giants are so much better. I look at the back end. We have so many weapons back there right now. We have Eli Apple, a young guy coming from out of Ohio State. We also have Janoris Jenkins, who the Giants got in the offseason from the now LA Rams. Dominique Rodgers-Cromartie. We can do so many things back there. And what the Giants are used to doing is that front four helping out the back. But now it's a little bit different. It's like the back end and the front four are helping each other, which I think that the back end has a little bit more, to do with it. The longer you can actually hold up wide receivers, the quarterback doesn't have any place to throw the ball to. It's just plain and simple. So Looking at the back end, I think we definitely improved. That $200 million, I think it's money well spent. Moving on to the offensive line. I know this has been a contention with a lot of the Giants fans. Definitely me. I mean, I'm not the one to tell you that, hey, the Giants offensive line is outstanding by far. However, with Weston Richburg as a center, you got Justin Pugh at guard, you got Bobby Newhart out there, and I'll get to that in a second at right tackle. And you have Flowers at left tackle. And you definitely have the right guard there. It slips my mind right now, but it'll come back to me. But the right tackle position. It's been a point of contention this entire season. The Giants recently signed Will Beatty. Now, Will Beatty, to me, Giants fans, and help me if I'm wrong here, just correct me if I'm wrong. He's an offensive lineman, right? Okay. Shouldn't he be able to come in and just immediately pick it up? I mean, he used to be an offensive lineman. But apparently he's not picking up the offense, and he doesn't have his legs under him as an offensive lineman as well. So I look at that and I say, win the damn job, guy. Win the damn job. You've been in the Super Bowl. Win the job. Beat out this rookie, man. Own up to the position. I think if we solidify that position right there, it's going to be something that the Giants fans are going to, this season is going to be awesome. We're not just going to go 9-7, sneak into the playoffs and then have a magical run. No. We're going to kick butt through the season and actually, have one of those 13-3, 14-2, you know what I mean? I mean, we haven't had that in a while. So I know Giants fans are looking forward to that. All right, we're going to take a couple more questions right here. Anna Caros, I agree. Most solid team in a while. Definitely. I definitely agree. Like you said, I mean, from offensive standpoint to a defensive standpoint, looking at the Giants right now, you have a starting quarterback who knows the offense, been in the system for a while. You had a running back, Shane Vereen, who knows how to win. Rashard Jennings obviously out. He's injured today. Shane Vereen will be taking his spot. But Shane Vereen's been on championship teams. He's played with the Patriots, and he's definitely a weapon. He's very versatile. I look at the tight end position. It's another position that I think the Giants need to upgrade upon themselves. Looking at that tight end position, we used to have blockers. We used to have some people to catch a pass down the field. We had Kevin Boss. I know everybody knows that. We go all the way back to Mark Bavaro. I think was our best tight end ever in Giants history. But the Giants like to run the ball. And with the tight ends, I think we could upgrade that position as well or do a lot better in the blocking standpoint. Looking at the wide receiver position. Come on now. We got ODB. We got, I'm going to call him Sterling Shepard because he hushes the crowd every time he touches the ball. And then you got the salsa man. I mean, he's back. I mean, just think about that. This is probably the best Giants wide receiving core in years. And these guys could actually each have 1,000-yard season apiece. When's the last time you saw that? When's the last time you saw that in a big blue uniform? I haven't seen it at all. So, Anna, great question. I appreciate that. Tavon, what are some of the advantages and disadvantages for the Giants in this game? Oh, man. Okay. Disadvantages. We'll go with that first because, we got to get that out of the way. Disadvantages. I look at the right tackle position, like I said, and I look at the offensive line. We got a young guy in Bobby Hart who's actually not started a game. I mean, he's always come in when someone's hurt. But I think it'd probably be his first initial start in an actual game. Don't quote me on that. I have to look that up, but I believe it's his first start. And he's going up against a lot of people. He's going up against that front four, Ryan Kerrigan. He's going to be seeing a lot of blitzes probably come from that side. It's something that the Giants have to actually plan for. And I think if they use a running back on that side, Tavon, that it'll chip and it'll actually help him out. Run it back outside, chip, and then, have the running back run a little flare route. Another disadvantage for the Giants in this, I say tight end position. Tight ends are not very, very, very big in catching the ball. I mean, Will Tye is okay. Donnell is all right. They're nothing to cry home about. I mean, they're not like, Mark Bavaro. They're not, Tony Gonzalez or anything like that. However, I think they are good in the red zone. I think they're red zone tight ends. They're not, down the field tight ends. So appreciate your question, Tavon. And I forgot to give you the advantages. Wide receiver position. We own, the wide receiver position and quarterback position. We have a 2-time Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP, Eli Manning. Can't spell his elite without his name. I mean, you might look at his face and think that he's not doing nothing, or that Eli is out there just blah, not into the game. The man is focused, people. Like Jay-Z said, focus, man. That's Eli Manning right there. That's the focus man. I love him. Appreciate the question, Davon. All right, we got a Cowboys fan trolling here. Pepper Steinbach. Greetings from Cowboys country. Oh man, I'll save that for later, Pepper. I didn't know that the Cowboys were actually still America's team. But anyway, Denver G-Man Hearns, what's up, brother? Do you think OBJ is gonna get his 100 plus receiving yards? DeVar, it's possible. It's possible. But like I said earlier, I think it's going to be a stalemate because there's going to be so much attention put on those two. And they say that he's not going to have any safety help. He's going to have some help to that side. I'm telling you right now, he's going to have some help. Now, if OBJ starts out in the slot, DeVar, I definitely think he can get his 100 yards. But if the Giants move Odell Beckham Jr. around like the Pittsburgh Steelers did, he's got 100 yards easy. And I say 2 touchdowns if they move him around. Thank you for your question, DeVar. All right, Andrea, will McAdoo put up with any Norman OBJ nonsense like Coughlin did? You know what? I don't think that Ben McAdoo is gonna actually put up with that. I think Tom Coughlin put up with it last time because Tom Coughlin's job was actually, his job was in jeopardy during that time. So the guy was the only person on the team putting out some spunk on that team. So you let the kid play. But I don't think Ben McAdoo puts up with it, Andrea. I think it's more of a new start, a new team. It's something that he's just not going to tolerate because he's all about winning. I mean, you look at the program that he came from in Green Bay. I mean, Green Bay is all about winning. We ain't got time for that nonsense. I hope I don't see it at all either. All right, so check this out. Looking at some more Giants news. I'll pose this question to you guys out there. With the offensive line, and that's a big contention with me. I'm sorry if I keep saying it, but the offensive line is something you can't have a good team without having a good offensive line. The Giants don't run the ball well. The offensive line, who do you think the Giants should go after, possibly in free agency, whoever's out there, to solidify the offensive line? To actually put some punch in there. Is it Will Beatty? Will Beatty be that person to come back? I mean, will he be that person to do it? Or is it somebody outside the organization? Is it somebody outside this organization that's going to help the Giants solidify that offensive line? So I'll pose that question to you guys, and you guys can send me some messages answering that question. But check it out. Let me give you some matchups. The offensive comparison today with the Giants versus the Redskins. Total yards per game offensively, 408.0 Redskins to the Giants, 366.5 yards. Passing yards per game, 339.5 from the Redskins and 278 from the Giants. That's a little bit skewed, if you ask me. Rushing yards per attempt, per game, 68.5 by the Giants. 68.5 by the Redskins, 88.5 by the Giants. That's a little bit, skewed if you ask me as well. Let's look at some of the passing yard leaders and wide receivers. Here we go. Here we have, let me see here. Excuse me, 1 second. Okay, now we're going to start off with the New York Giants here. New York Giants passing, rushing leaders for this game here. if my computer don't start freezing up. So, all right, passing. Eli Manning is 51 of 69 for 575 yards and 3 touchdowns this year. He is actually leading the league in field percentage, 73.7 or 73.9. Rushing, Rashard Jennings, who's out today, by the way. If those just tuning in didn't notice that he's out today, I think he has a thumb injury, I believe. 31 carries, 102 yards, 3.3 yard average. Shane Vereen, our do-it-all, do-it-anything back. He is actually 20 attempts, 20 completions, 80 attempts for 4 yards. And our all-around, all-American receiving core, our leader is our rookie. 11 receptions, 160 yards, 14.5 yard average, 1 touchdown. Odell Beckham Jr., 12 receptions, 159 yards, 13.3 yard average, 0 touchdowns. Victor Cruz, 8 completions, 125 yards, 15.6 yards per carry, 1 touchdown. Wow, this is by far the team that could actually have a receiving core with 3 1,000-yard receivers. 3 1,000-yard receivers. Has anybody ever thought that? It's crazy. Okay, I got one question out there. Jessica Montero, hello. Today's score prediction. Oh my God, today's score prediction. I think it's going to be one of those 21-17 games. I just think that with a lot of the things going on out there, I mean, don't sleep on the Redskins, guys. Their front four and our offensive line is a little bit, they kind of mesh. I mean, you know, the Giants don't have a great offensive line. They have a so-so defense. So look at them to try to put a lot of pressure on our rookie on the right side. And with the Redskins offense, they run the ball pretty well. But our defense is up to par. Our run defense, outstanding. I love our run defense. So I'm looking at least a 21-17 score today. Maybe, you know, maybe three field goals. I don't know. Somebody's going to kick some field goals. And I know somebody's fantasy team is going to be a hype for that. They have the kickers today. But I look at it as a 21-17 game, Jessica. Appreciate the question. Tavon, Gwen, let me see. First of all, Don Sullivan. Now, I am not opposed to answering any questions from anyone in the NFC East, even if it's Don Sullivan, a good friend of mine, who's just head over heels, outrageous Redskins fan. So, Don, I hope you're watching the game. I hope you're going to take this L with grace. And I appreciate you stopping by, dropping Just Stop HTHR. Just Stop, that is Hail to the Redskins. All right. Tavon, how would DCR and Janoris Jenkins contribute against the Redskins receiving core? Well, what you mean by contribute is what will they do to possibly lock them down? I'm looking at them probably actually putting in DRC on what's his name, 88, and you got to put Janoris Jenkins on Deshaun Jackson. Pierre Garçon is on number 80. I was talking about DRC on Pierre Garçon, and Eli Apple's going to come in too, and actually probably, you know, put a little bit of a coverage on Pierre Garçon. But start off, it's going to be DRC on Pierre Garçon, and it's definitely going to be Janoris Jenkins on Deshaun Jackson, because I want to see that matchup so much. Deshaun Jackson's talking a lot of trash, and you got, you know, Janoris Jenkins, Jack Rabbit, a.k.a. Jack Rabbit. He's not taking no mess from nobody. So I'm going to look at that as a good matchup. I think that they match up with them well. Definitely with our free safety coming down in the box. And you got Landon Collins out there. He's going to be the thumper in the run game. And don't sleep on Nate Burhay. He could actually come down and lay some wood too on that run game. But DRC and Janoris Jenkins are going to be pivotal in this matchup between the Giants and the Redskins. Let me take a little sip of this right here. Ooh, that's good stuff. Before I forget, sorry, I should have started this off in the beginning. This broadcast has no affiliation with the New York Giants. Blah 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 lawyer talk. Okay, so Devar, we got another question. We definitely need to get them sack numbers up starting today, bro. 200 million, not just to stop runs and disrupt quarterbacks. Devar, hey, I totally agree with you, brother. I totally agree with you. But you can't look at this defense and just say, you know what? This defense isn't doing much. I mean, look, Giants turned the ball over three times against the Saints, and we stopped them and got the ball back. Plus, we stopped them and they didn't score a touchdown. That's what impressed me the most about that. That's what impressed me the most. But Devar, you are totally right. I mean, $200 million. If I'm gonna have the house, I want the pool. I want everything in the back. I want all that comes with it. I want everything. I mean, $200 million is a lot of money, just to get run stops. So I do feel you right here, bro. I do feel you. I know what you're saying. So, Ashley Nick Peel. They shouldn't have never gave me internet. Nice to meet you too, brother. I hope you're doing well in Korea. Everything's going well for you. Are you still in Korea? Ashley Nick Peel, appreciate it. Hey, I'm an equal opportunity type person, guys. Hey, if I got haters, hey, bring it on. Let me know how you feel about my New York Giants because I'm excited about them. I'm excited about my Giants. I mean, this year alone, I have not been this excited about the Giants in a while because we usually start off, guess what? 0-2, we lose games. All right, Pablo Lands, let's go G-Man. We usually lose close games. Eli throws a bunch of interceptions. People start crying and asking questions, why we don't do this, why we don't do that. But guys, we're winning. We're winning right now. So I'm excited about us winning. So if you're excited about the Giants winning, I mean, it's something to behold. And just like, anybody, if you're from New York, I know you out there, New Yorkers. If you're from New York, even if you're not from New York, you're going to get this feeling. If you win in New York, there's no other feeling like it. I mean, Michael Strahan said it. Justin Tuck said it. OC said it. There's just no better feeling. Where were you at when the Giants won the Super Bowl in 2007? Where were you at when the Giants won the Super Bowl in 2011? I mean, it is just the best feeling in the world. You go down to Canyon of Heroes. I mean, it's crazy. It's definitely. And Keith Golston, my brother, I won't forget about Jersey. I'm sorry, I won't forget about Jersey. I won't forget about Jersey. But it's just the best feeling in the world. I mean, to be a Giants fan is the best feeling in the world to me. And I love my Giants to death. And I hope you love your Giants to death today as well, because it's going to be a tough matchup against the Washington Redskins. Don't think that it's just going to be easy, guys. I'm telling you right now, don't think it's going to be easy. Looking at a lot of the things today, I hope that we have poise today. I hope the magnitude of this game between Odell Beckham Jr. and Josh Norman doesn't permeate throughout the whole team and actually create something else that stops us from getting to 3-0. That's the goal. It's 3-0. It's 3-0. That's it. 3-0. It's not OBJ. It's not Josh Norman. It's not about Janoris Jenkins. It's not about Deshaun Jackson. It's not about all of these ancillary things, these outside things. It's about 3-0, baby. 3-0 in one of the toughest divisions, if not the toughest division in football. So I want you to think about that, Giants fans. So another thing out there, I'll be doing this, guys. This is going to happen every week. Next week, we're going to be doing it from at GFIT Nation. That's at GFIT Nation. Subscribe to the page, like it, hate it, talk about hating it, hate it some more. Just come out and talk. I love to talk football with y'all all day long. And again, also, if you want to tweet us, at GFIT_Nation. At GFIT, it's all caps, _Nation. Tweet me, let me know how you feel. Talk about anything. I'll talk about anything NFC East, but Giants is my team. Okay, we got a question out there. Yeah, Devar. Hey, I totally agree. Divisional games is always the toughest. I mean, because look what happened to us last year. We lost those divisional games at the end. And the NFL has put that way, so teams actually have those games that they need to play. So if you look at a lot of the NFL schedules, a lot of the divisional games are put at the end, or those games within your division, because they don't want teams to take players out. It has to mean something. That's a great question, DeVar. Andrea, okay, Eagles are 2-0 right now as well. Predictions for our Eagle rivals. No, serious, Andre. Eagles, the Eagles haven't been tested. Look at the Eagles. They haven't been tested. Who'd they play? They played the Browns. And they played who else? They played the Bears. The Browns and the Bears. Think about that. You played RG3 and you played Jake Cutler. Not very good quarterbacks and not very good teams. So the verdict is out on them right now. I just think that, they got to play some more people. And this game coming up against Pittsburgh is going to be a good barometer to actually gauge the new rookie quarterback, Carson Wentz. So I hope that answers your question. A prediction, always, they're going to lose. Eagles lose. Look, I'm going to show you how many rings the Eagles got right now. Look. How many rings I got on my finger? 0. They'll continue to be bad. All right? So definitely the matchup today is something we need to get into. Again, if you just tuned in, inactive for the Giants, Rashard Jennings. Shane Vereen will actually be starting running back today. Josh Johnson is out. Wide receiver Roger Lewis is out. Defensive tackle Montero Hughes is out. Offensive tackle Marshall Newhouse is out. And that's no biggie there, but defensive tackle Robert Thomas is out. And Nate Burrow is going to be in for Darian Thompson. Look, Giants fans. I'm just trying to give it to you straight with no chaser here, man. We need to have this win today. We definitely need to have the win today. And if we want another ring on our thumb, we got to put into work. We definitely got to put into work. Let's get into some conversation about our second-year head coach here. McAdoo. How many people actually, how do you feel about Ben McAdoo? As a head coach, as an offensive play caller, is Ben McAdoo the guy, or should the Giants have gone outside? I doubt, and this is just my opinion, I doubt the Giants would have gone outside, being that Eli Manning is in this system. So if you look at Eli Manning and the Giants would have picked someone else out of the organization, it would have took another year for Eli to master that system, maybe 2 years, and then the third year. By then, Eli's, 30, 40 years old, 40-something years old. I just don't think that would have been good. Was he the best fit? I don't know. Right now, they're 2-0, so I guess he was the best fit. However, only time will tell with Ben McAdoo. I can tell you what I do like. I like the fact that how he gets a lot of his people to actually, come together. With Tom Coughlin there, don't get me wrong, Tom Coughlin brought us 2 Super Bowls. He's a Hall of Fame coach. But there's just some things that Tom Coughlin, I just rubbed me the wrong way. Time management, worrying about the wrong things. Why you have a flag in your sock, you could put it in your pants, why certain things with Tom Coughlin just drove me crazy. But with Ben McAdoo, I see that he actually comes out at that time and he actually plans some stuff out. He actually has a plan. You actually have to make adjustments. I just never saw those adjustments with Tom Coughlin, and I just think, Ben McAdoo is the future right now. He's the future, and I think him and Eli Manning is going to go a long way. All right, we got another question here, DeVar. My man, G-Man Hearns. What about Orleans Darkwa? Let me tell you something. Orleans Darkwa, I look at Orleans Darkwa as a guy who can run the ball. He can run the ball between the tackles. He's not an outside the tackles guy. He's a between the tackles guy. He's maybe 15 to 10 yard in guy. I like the fact that he's tough. He runs hard. But the only knock on him is he gets injured. He's injured. He's injured a lot. I look at the last bit of him. He had an injured foot, knee, leg, broken leg. The guy gets just injured a lot. But DeVar, I love the guy as far as running in between the tackles. If he's playing today, he needs to be in the game when we have a goal line, opportunity to score at the goal line. So appreciate the question, DeVar. Andrea, I think it was smart for Eli. Oh, okay, you do think it was smart for Eli to actually to stay with Ben McAdoo, or for Ben McAdoo to actually come in for Eli and stay there with him. Yeah, definitely, it's a great idea. I mean, it helped his career out. I mean, if you think about it, Eli went to another system. It would have been 3 years down the line before any type of prolonged winning would have came with the Giants. I just didn't see, too much with that offense that Tom Coughlin was running with Eli. Don't get me wrong. Kevin Gilbride brought us 2 Super Bowls with that offense. It was just certain times the offense just dragged down, but it's going to definitely help Eli's career. Thank you for your question. Carl Sanders, play calling too conservative. Are you talking about with the current regime, or are you talking about the past regime? Yes, play calling was too conservative. Under my impression, it was a lot conservative with the Giants. Tom Coughlin, we had a 4th and 1. I mean, you got that big bruising back when we had Brandon Jacobs run it. As far as the play calling now, I think it's going to open up. The plays are going to open up right now. And I do understand, we all see it when Eli, and he hands off and he runs that play, it just drives me crazy too. But, he's talking about right now. All right, Carl, you're talking about right now. So I think it's going to improve. I look at the Giants opening up the offense when a lot more people get more comfortable with it. Remember, Victor Cruz been out 2 years. Victor Cruz has not been in this offense a lot. So, and you got Sterling Shepard, even though he's a smart wide receiver, it's hard for him to catch on with it. So, but he's actually catching on pretty quick now. He's doing well. Eli Manning's still learning too. Offensive line is a little bit different, even though we got Weston Richburg, Justin Pugh, John Jerry is the right guard. I believe I hope he's playing today. John Jerry and Bobby Hart. So the offense, Carl, is going to click. I think around week 6, that offense is going to be clicking, and everybody's going to be on full cylinders. Thank you for your question. So again, hyped about the game today. I hope you got your Giants mugs up. I know you have, Mr. Keith Golston. I know you have your your glass up and your barbecue grill going. But we have a game to play today, and we just gotta have to come out and win, right? I mean, how many people actually think out there that Josh Norman could shut down Odell Beckham Jr.? How many people think that could happen? Not many. Even when he was with the Panthers, nobody thought he was going to shut him down. What happened was, in that game, it was always a safety over the top helping Norman. And that actually 2 plays that Odell Beckham had on was that first drop. It should have been a touchdown. And he caught a touchdown pass on that one play in the left corner of the end zone. And he beat Josh Norman there. Josh Norman, to me, if you looked at any footage from training camp, where Redskins training camp, you would see he was getting beat by his own receivers. However, no, he can't. He can't hold a candle to Odell Beckham Jr. unless he has help. Andre asked another question here. What about Norman versus Cruz? Now, that'll be a matchup. But I think Cruz is he's too small and shifty for Josh Norman. But Josh Norman is a guy, he likes to play up on you. So he's going to use his strength to counteract your speed. So he's going to give him that push at the line of scrimmage. And it all depends, Andrea, how does he get off the line of scrimmage? Does he jam him? If he gives Victor Cruz a free release, done. He's done. He can't give Victor Cruz a free release because he's just too fast. Now, I don't know about his speed now, but, coming back from injury, but he should be able to beat him off the line of scrimmage if Norman gives him a free release. But if you look at Norman doesn't give a lot of wide receivers a free release. He likes to jam them, use his strength, use his hand positioning. And that's how he negates that speed. So, appreciate your question, Andrea. So, anything on the Ben McAdoo? I don't see any questions from Ben McAdoo. So, we'll move on. How many people think the Giants special teams is going to be a big factor today? I hope they are. We paid a guy a lot of money from Dallas. We paid him a lot of money, $17 million. And he's actually a good wide receiver as well. But we did pay him a lot of money. But it just seems to me like Tom Quinn never, and I say never, seems to have this team ready on special teams. The biggest thing we got on special teams is our kicker and our punter. Coverage always kills me. We don't keep guys covered. We don't give our guy a chance to catch the ball. We only have one return in, I think it was last year. Before that, Dominic Hickson was the only person to bring back a touchdown on a punt return or kick return for the Giants. So I want to actually be happy about my special teams, but as long as Tom Quinn's coaching this team or coaching that special teams, I'm never going to be happy. So, question, Carl Sanders. So how do you see us handling the defense today? What's our plans with Jennings out? Well, how do we handle the defense today? Well, just like I said, let's start with the offensive line first. Offensive line is paramount to this whole way we handle the Washington Redskins defense today. I believe that the running back, whoever's in, Shane Vereen, Orleans Darkwa, whoever's in, is going to have to chip on that right side. They're going to have to give Bobby Hart some help. Bobby Hart is going to get pushed back by Ryan Kerrigan. I'm telling you right now. And he's not ready for those moves. He needs to have some help. Also, we have to move Eli around in the pocket, I think. I think we move Eli around, give him some space where he can throw the ball, because that defense is going to be blitzing. They're going to blitz up there. Move the pocket around. Don't give him a stationary target. Don't give him a stationary target, because Eli, let's face it, he is not flight of feet. He is not going to run away from anyone. You know, last time he ran for a touchdown was in, I think it was Germany when they were playing against the Miami Dolphins. He ran like 10 yards. It was like slow motion. But anyway, the defense, right? So that's what we need to do today. As far as the wide receivers, I think that we definitely need to run those crossing patterns. If anybody looks at the New England Patriots, let me tell you something. That offense is so basic, but everybody thinks it's so, Belichickian, he's renowned. Look at the plays. They're pick plays. All they are. Your guy's following me. I'm picking your guy right here, and you're going to be open over here. The Giants need to do some more of that today. Don't just go deep with the ball. I'd like to see some screen passes. You got Shane Vereen back there, and Shane Vereen is definitely good in the screen pass. Use that. Use their rush or their ability to actually blitz against them, and that's going to open up a lot. What's our plans with Jennings out? Shane Vereen, Darkwa, and a couple more running backs. I don't think Shane Vereen's going to be running through the tackles like that, but he can. You've seen it in the last game. He can do it. But I think that we need to have that thumper in there. We got to mix it up. I think if we put Orleans Darkwa in there, have him run a little bit, soften up that defense, and, throw a speedy guy in there. I don't know if Bobby Rainey's going to get any type of, play in there. But definitely mix it up a bit. And don't get me wrong, Jennings out is very big, because Jennings is a good blocker. Don't get me wrong, Shane Vereen's a good blocker. He's a small guy too, but he's not as big as Jennings. And Jennings and Eli have very, very, very good continuity. So, Carl, I hope I answered your question there. Appreciate it anyway. Andrea, you said, I hold my breath at every punt and kickoff. I do too. I mean, how many people... I need a defibrillator. I got a defibrillator in my man cave here, in the GFIT Nation cave here, because I literally have heart attacks. I literally have heart attacks watching the Giants game, because it's just so, off the wall there. I mean, it's just it's something to behold. I bet you if every video camera was in a Giants fans' living room or their man cave, we'd all be like giving chest compressions, because it's just, they put us through it. DeVar, you said David Wilson too. David Wilson, I think he's retired now. I think we talk about the same David Wilson or a different David Wilson. Look at that. Look at the team here and see. But if you talk about David Wilson, he was kind of gone. Another, Carl Sanders. I think McAdoo was a safe choice while keeping the GM as well. Didn't want someone coming in messing with the offense with the numbers we put up last year. Jennings out is big, I think. And hey, Carl Sanders. Hey, Carl, I totally agree with you. It was a safe choice, just like we talked about previously with, Eli Manning actually having to learn another offense. I mean, it wouldn't have benefited the Giants organization. It wouldn't have benefited the team. Everybody's learning the same offense. That means that Beckham, Cruz, Sterling Shepard would have been, learning a brand new offense himself. But you got everybody in tight ends. You got the offensive line. Everybody had to learn a new offense, and that just wouldn't have been good for anybody. So, Jennings being out, and just like I said previously, Jennings being out is a big deal to me. If you look at what he does, I mean, he runs between the tackles. This is a guy to catch the ball at the backfield, but he also knows how to pick up the run blitz. He knows the pass blitz. He knows how to pick up the blitz. And that chemistry between him and Eli, I mean, it's going to be something that we'll see today if Shane Vereen is able to fill that void himself, or is it going to be a collective group of running backs to come in and actually fill the void of Jennings being out today. All right, Andrea, what's our running game going to look like today? Well, it hasn't been looking like much, Andrea, because we can't run block. We can't run block because of our offensive line. I just think they're not getting a big push. I'm not going to say they're weak or they're not strong, but they're not physical. They're not very physical. I think you got young Flowers. Justin Pugh has just not been right. Richburg is getting beat across the face a lot. John Jerry, to me, is just somebody who's just he's not physical enough. And like I said, the right tackle position has been up in the air all year. It's just something that we have to work on. But there's other ways around actually not running the ball. If you look at the New England Patriots, before they had LeGarrette Blount, you know what their run play was? A little 5-yard dump off. That was the extent of their running play. A little 5-yard dump off, 5-yard here. Screen passes, dump offs. That's what Shane Vereen could actually help us with and bring to us. So we're 10 minutes before kickoff. I'm so excited today. Like I said, this is the first inaugural, broadcast Facebook Live of GFIT Nation. Anybody out there want to log in? I'll be doing this at halftime, just a little short halftime clip. I'll just be going over, what I think or getting answers from you guys and what you think the Giants should actually do to actually try to counteract whatever the Washington Redskins are doing. If you want to tweet us, we're at GFIT Nation. That's at GFIT_Nation. It's all caps. And if you want to follow on Facebook, I'm going to be doing this from at GFIT Nation. Just find me at GFIT Nation. I'm going to be doing the Facebook Live broadcasting at GFIT Nation instead of off my regular page. So if anybody there is out there in GFIT Nation, want to get in contact with me and continue to do this, we're going to grow together here at GFIT Nation. You, the audience, I do it for you. I do it for the Giants. I do it for my love of the team. So we're going to take a couple more questions. Devar, G-Men Hearns again. Screen passes kills the pass rush if executed correctly. Brother, no doubt. I'm glad you brought that up because we lack a very good screen game. If you look at all of our screen plays back then or recently, or you just go back, last year, we don't know how to execute a screen pass correctly or hide it enough. I don't know if Eli's too slow or offensive line isn't, they're not actually selling it. But a screen game, Devar, you are totally right. It actually negates the pass rush because guess what you're going to have? You're going to have a whole bunch of people rushing the quarterback, right? And that's going to be free reign right there. All you got to have is free open blockers. I definitely believe in a screen game, Devar, and you're totally right with that. Great question from you. So looking at us and what we got to do today, it's going to be exciting today. I'm excited to be a Giants fan. I'm excited to have GFIT Nation in your homes today. So like I said, we're getting started. We're going to grow together. I'll be here at halftime and definitely be doing a pregame show of what went wrong, what went right in today's game. We'll take the last 3 minutes today answering any questions you have. Any questions, just throw them rapidly. Any questions you have about the Giants, NFC East, players, anything. Devar, you had another one. Eli is kind of slow with it. I agree. He's definitely slow with it. Definitely slow with it. Carl Sanders, you want the score. Like I said, I don't think it's going to be an explosive game. I think it's going to be one of those 21-17, 28-21 games right there. So don't lock me down to a score there, Carl. But if if you had to, I'd say 21-17, Carl. New York Giants win this game. All right? Any other questions out there? Just keep them flying. Keep them flying. Keep them flying. Cruz going to stay healthy this year? Cruz, to me, Cruz is going to stay healthy this year. Cruz is going to stay healthy, and the Giants, the organization is going to be the team that's going to have to actually keep him healthy. They can't put him in situations where he has to carry the load. So, DeVar, again, go Giants. See you halftime, bro. Appreciate it. Who will be our toughest NFC East competition, Andrea? That, in my opinion, is going to be the Philadelphia Eagles / Dallas Cowboys. I hate to say it, but the Dallas Cowboys, to me, when they get their full complement of players back, especially the defensive line, if they can stay off of the ganja, they're going to be a team to reckon with. I just look at that team actually, being a force to reckon with in the NFC East. But they still got to come to New York next time. We already beat you in Dallas, baby. You got to come to New York. All right, we got about 30 seconds. Keep them coming. All right, Carl Sanders, who gives us our first loss? Oh, Carl, our first loss this year. Let me see. Ooh, we got 4 big games coming up. Our first loss this year. Let me see here. Oh, God. Oh, Carl. That's a good question, Carl. Our first loss is probably going to come at Green Bay. I think at Green Bay. Packers just play us tough. And Green Bay, we got some young guys who haven't been up to Green Bay. I think we beat the Vikings. Yeah, you're right. Definitely, Carl. You beat me to it. But yeah, definitely the Vikings. I think we beat them. They had no Adrian Peterson. The offensive line is kind of falling apart. I definitely think it's Green Bay. One more question. We got five seconds. Hit him up. John Gotti, what's up with you? Carl Sanders, I see you, bro, at halftime. Andrea, definitely. It's going to be a fun game to watch. Love you, GFIT people. Love you, GFIT Nation. Tune in at halftime. I'll be broadcasting at GFIT Nation on Facebook. You can like the page there. And at GFIT_Nation is my Twitter handle there. Love you guys. Hey, Carl, thank you for the shout out. Definitely a good show. I'll see you at halftime.